Hi everyone and welcome to this video. This is going to be a three-part series where I show you how I created this drawing here. And I'll talk about sketching the idea and inking the lines. Then I'll show you how I added the shading and a little bit of colouring. And then finally, my favourite part, adding the highlights. In terms of the supplies I'll be using for this drawing, I absolutely love using Strathmore 400 series toned tan mixed media paper. And along with this, for the inking I'll be using Daler-Rowney Calli Jet Black India ink. And for the shading and colouring I'll be using Daler-Rowney's FW ink, specifically Payne's Grey and Crimson. And for the highlighting I'll be using Lyra Rembrandt Polycolor white pencils and Daler-Rowney System 3 white acrylic ink. And for the tools I'll be using with these inks, I used Daler-Rowney FW mixed media paint markers with 0.8mm nibs. You can fill these pens with any of the inks I've just shown you, which is so awesome. And along with these pens I also used Princeton Neptune brushes in sizes 0, 2 and 4. In this first video, I want to show you how I sketched the idea and then added the inking. Before starting the project, I sketched some thumbnails to help decide on the idea. This always helps so much, especially when you're considering the larger shapes and the kind of composition that you're going for. And I knew I wanted to work on a snowy landscape, and eventually I decided on an idea that I thought would work especially well with the inks that I was planning to use. Before starting the sketch, I measured out the area that I was going to work on, making sure it had the same aspect ratio as the thumbnail. And then I also added a horizontal and a vertical line running directly through the centre of both the sketch and the thumbnail. These lines are amazingly helpful when you're blocking in the larger shapes of the sketch. It's essentially the grid method, but with just a couple of lines. Looking at the thumbnail, seeing where the details line up with the grid, and then matching that on the main sketch. I didn't worry too much about copying the thumbnail exactly. I liked the shape and the flow of the composition, and I did my best to recreate those shapes. Once the larger shapes were added, I continued to refine the details, like the rocks on the cliff face, and the branches on the tree, and the caped character in the foreground. I've been adding this character to my drawings for about 10 years now. They've been on many adventures in my drawings. I love to add them to my drawings. It feels like they've kind of followed along in my art journey. Once the sketch was complete, it was time for me to fill one of the Daler-Rowney FW mixed media paint markers with Calli ink. I used a pipette to carefully add the ink into the chamber of the pen, and then I made sure to test the pen on a scrap piece of paper. I usually use a range of different pens, multi-liners, dip pens, that kind of thing. And I have to say I'm really impressed with this pen, especially with the Calli ink. It was working smoothly, and I felt confident to start adding the line work to the drawing. And so I began. One thing I did notice was that the ink bled a little bit after each line I added with the pen, but I actually really like that effect. I feel like it added more texture to the drawing, and I feel like that harmonised well with the texture of the mid-toned background. You can see all the little pieces that make up the texture of the paper. I feel like if the lines of my drawing were too smooth, it wouldn't harmonise as well, and I just feel like it matches the texture of the paper. I love how opaque this ink is. On the bottle it says it's non-clogging, pigmented, waterproof calligraphy ink. It's very impressive. The fact that it's waterproof helps so much for a drawing like this where I want to add more layers on top, even layers that have some water mixed in. Just knowing that it's waterproof gives that peace of mind. You can angle the pen somewhat to create finer lines, and that helped a lot. As you can see from my sketch, I wanted to include a large moon in the sky, so I'm always keeping in mind where the shadows will be placed and how that will affect the line work. I was aiming for much thicker lines in the foreground to contrast the background and create that illusion of distance. And I generally wanted to adjust the line weight across the drawing based on where I thought the moonlight would reach, adding thicker lines in the shaded areas. I didn't add any lines to the top edges of the snow. I planned to add large white highlights to those areas later on. While I was working on the character, I realised that it would be a good idea to start making use of the Princeton Neptune brushes. In this case, I specifically wanted to use the size 0. And it helped with details like the character's sword, and the stick they're using to navigate the snowy landscape. I actually continued to use the brush to add finer details and also to refine details that I'd already added. The brush helps so much to clean the shape of the lines. That's one thing I really want to emphasise with this drawing. If you feel like you've made a mistake with the line work, please don't worry. I find it's always best to step back and try not to overcorrect. We'll be adding multiple layers to this drawing through the shading and the highlights, so there's plenty of opportunity to adjust the drawing as it progresses. For example, when I added the inking to the castle on top of the mountain, I felt like the lines on the right side were a little bit too bold, considering where the moon is placed. But I knew that later on I'd be able to adjust that when I add the white ink highlights on top. I ended up using the brush for the inking a lot more than I expected. I was able to add very fine line work to the background, and I was also able to thicken the line work in the foreground, creating that contrast that I was looking for. And I just found it very satisfying to use. And that's the end of this part. Join me in the next video where I show you how I added shading and a little bit of colour to this drawing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.